Hi everybody, welcome to Monkey Island Madness. This is an impromptu show over at Ustream TV. I normally stream Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm talking to a live chat and we have no plan today, so whatever happens, happens. How about that? That's the way we roll around here. So, hi Judy. I think I said hi Kimberly. Yeah, this is one of the pages that we did the other day with the Magicals, and that's Lindy's Stamp Gang Magical Powders. This one I think is really pretty, and this one is going to be really good for a journal cover because of all the different colors. I think it's going to be awesome, and the white in the background. I will choose probably a dark solid to use with this, depending on if I do weaving or if I do the square ones. This is the one that Eileen made me put black on, so we've got these two great big puke black marks where I got carried away. CB, I'm sorry. And this one has the new Lindy's powders that I got, the Mad Hatter set. This was that one. So it's got like the green had gold shimmer in it. Can you see the gold shimmer? And then the shimmer kind of moved all over the page. So this one's kind of cool without the black. And then the splatters that I put on when the page was wet just kind of turned to gray blobs. Yeah. Too much pissy pink. Where? On this one? No, this one's pretty. This one has, well, other than a few red here and there that fell out of the powders, this one actually has purple. Or lavender. You want to cut Christmas trees out of them? Actually, that would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? And then this is Eileen's tropical color, and the black spots turned out okay on this one. So yeah, this is the tropical orange, blue, green one from Eileen. And then I don't remember what we were doing on this one. But actually, it didn't come out horrible. It came out better than I expected. But my favorite of the whole day, honestly, here, I gotta put this away. I am in the biggest mess here you've ever seen. Dirty dishes, cutters, cutting mats. Oh, pick me, I'll stream in the middle of this big giant mess I'm living in. Which is crazy because my house was so clean the other day. But out of all of them, really, this one's pretty. This one would make great Christmas trees, actually. Cut them out with a little bit more green on it. But yeah, this one came out okay. This is the one that we did on watercolor. The yellow background was all watercolor. And I really like that technique, frankly. The solid color in the background. And this, I can't remember what color we used, but it came out a real salmon colored. So it turned out pretty. But this is my absolute favorite. This is the tissue paper that I had folded over. And I guess we did it on this side because this side has all the shimmer on it. But then it soaked through to this side, so I got like the reverse image, like a Rorschach or something, you know. This absolutely is my favorite of all the ones we did the other day. The greens up here, you guys can't see them, but oh man, those greens are so pretty. So yeah, this one came out really, really good. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the tissue paper one. I'd like to actually mount it on some cardstock and make another journal cover. This is too pretty not to use. So, oh, okay. This is a tissue paper one, and I'm going to do more tissue paper ones because this came out really good and the colors stayed very, very vibrant. Okay, I don't remember what colors. I should write down the colors that we use on them. And then the different papers, I guess, just behave differently. This was Eileen's tropical one. This is the very first one we did with the brand new Magicals that Mindy sent, and I love these colors. I really do. I will cut this up and not use the ones with the big old blobs of black in there. You should have been here to save my life, CB, because Eileen made me do that, and I didn't really want to. And then this one. And this one's really pretty. Shades of blue and purple and lavender. And we didn't actually use pink on this. That pink that's appearing here and there is from that purple. So yeah, I can do something with them. But that's what we did the other day when CB wasn't here. And then these are the letters that I had tangled for. This one's for Mindy. But I need Mindy's address. This one is for Lynn in Raleigh. So this one I'm going to go ahead and mount right now and get it done so I can get it in the mail tomorrow. And this one is for Tar Heel Teresa. So, and she's in here right now. So Eileen did it. I know. It's all hashtag, it's all Eileen's fault. We all know that. So, yeah, these two I think I'm going to go ahead and mount right now. Teresa, yours has like glimmer all over it. It is glimmery, glimmery. So these two I'm going to mount real quick. I had a half a piece of the purple paper here, so I'm going to go ahead and mount them on purple because I think they're going to look really pretty. Well, actually, I just mounted one, and it did look really, really pretty. So this won't take but a couple minutes. Let's see, that's 8.5 inch waist, so this is 4 1/4. Yeah, CB, when you're not here, man, does Eileen get bossy. I mean, you think she's got her bossy pants on when you're here? You have seen nothing yet. She gets all kinds of cuckoo. This is just my glue book that I rip pages out to glue on. So if I get those done, then I can get them in the mail. All right, I got to measure. You guys got me working in the dark again. Hi, Minky. I know your name is Joan, but I call you Minky because I like it. All right, let's see. The design itself is about 2 inches. All right, I know what I'll do. You know, I'm glad I didn't just make that assumption. All right, I know what my measurements are. If I can cut it that small. I'm going to pull you guys out. You can't see what I'm doing. All right, so that's 1/4 inch right there. And I want to come back 1/8, I believe. And actually, I should have cut this to size before I did the drawing because that gets pretty dangerous. Alright, this one should be the exact same size, so let's double check. Nope, this one is larger. Go figure. somebody keep an eye on Joycey and I mean, did she just totally give up, or should we be keeping an eye on see what she's doing? Because I really don't want to step on her toes, you guys. I really don't. What am I doing? Right now, I'm just going to mount these letters that I tangled the other day, that I did the dangles on, because I did them for a couple of the women in chat, and I want to go ahead and get them out in the mail. So right now, that's all I'm doing. And then we can go on, and I can either work with the magical papers we made the other day, or I can do more tangle letters, or I can work on this little thing that I started in the Beast. Just whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. So if you have something you want to have done, scream now. But I'd like to get these couple of things done that I need to get in the mail tomorrow, because I'm going to the post office. Because I'm going to Joplin with Ratatouille tomorrow. He's almost done with this month's treatment. And it's not coming a bit too soon, I tell you. He's so tired of it, and I'm tired of it. And he did get holiday for Thanksgiving, so that was cool. But they just added 2 more days on to the end, so. Eileen wants me to draw a flamingo. Actually, I saw something the other day that was a whole herd of flamingos. Like a whole herd of them. And I thought, God, I wish there was a way I could get a photograph of that so I could send it to her. Which is actually kind of mean. All right. I like this blue paper on the purple background. I have to write again on the back who they're for, because I'd have to go back and watch this tape to figure it out later. Because I'm a scatterbrain. Glue sticks are the best things ever made. Just saying. And I'm just eyeballing it. By now, I know about what a 1/4 inch around looks like. So, more importantly, is it straight? It's good enough. And this was on real lightweight paper, so I don't want any wrinkles. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and pick out another color from Mindy's. Oh, I already did hers, so. All right, now just a couple of envelopes for those bad boys. Put them under there to let them dry flat. Let's see, what color do I want to mount Mindy's on? Hers almost needs to be mounted on a blue, I think. So I'm going to mount it on blue. Let me go grab a piece of blue paper real quick. I should have taken it in with me, but I think I'm actually going to do more like a turquoise. If it looks good on the turquoise. What do you think? You like it on that, the turquoise, or on the royal blue. Ooh, it's prettier on the royal blue. All right, I think I made up my mind. Yeah, I'll wait for you guys to tell me though. Oh, that's hard, Judy. The royal. Okay, I agree. Um, yeah, it's hard when they leave home and don't come home for holidays. But that's when you turn in like me. You just turn into bah humbug, and it's all good. And there's no pressure. And I don't trust the cutter, and I don't trust the evenness of the paper, so screwed no matter what. All right, and this is the last one I have to do for now. All right, that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yep. So I'm going to take off 1/4 inch. This one's going to almost have design edge to edge, but that's okay. I don't remember how we did this paper, but it's really, really cool looking. I wish we could figure. I might have to go back. This might have been a cleanup, is what it is, but it looks like there was air bubbles with color on them that popped. The texture is way cool on this one. Can you see that? It's just way cool. I'd do another one of this background in about a minute. Yeah, that's pretty. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. You know, Mindy might have sent me her address. I haven't checked my email since before the kids came, so I hope there's nothing real important in my emails. Why do I hate checking emails so bad? Because all I get is coupons from Michael's and Joann's. Cool. Hi, Chatty Natty. It was under some tissue. Well, whatever it is, boy, it came out so cool. I might have to go back and look, because I would do more of this in about a minute. Alrighty, so now I've got all the junk done. Stick that under there to stay flat. There we go. Junk's done. Now all these scraps I probably will save. I don't normally. Normally this junk would just go right in the trash. But I probably will end up putting it in my Trashish journal or Wreck This journal. In my world, it's trash, this journal. But I glued some random stuff down the other day behind the page where we let the colors run. Now this, I have to say, you guys, I ended up loving this page. Let the colors run page. Ah, I love this. Thanks, Minky. So, but yeah, this page came out really fun. And then the only other thing I've done in here, honestly, is I went ahead and added all the page numbers so I can check off when stuff is completed. I like to do that. So, but that's all I've done. So, but yeah, these will probably go in the book somewhere, so I'll put this aside. And you and your damn Heath bars, CB. I've been saying that for days. Damn you and your Heath bars. My ass is going to be the size of a barn, thanks to you. And then the other thing I did the other night, I don't know, I was just sitting around, had an empty page in my Beast, so I started just doodling and using my paints, my Prima and Jane Davenport paints. You want to see me do the barf page? Okay, I will. Thanks, Sally. I will make sure I do the barf page when you're here. I'll let you talk for about 15 minutes straight, and then I'll just barf. So this page, I could work on this page too while you guys are here. Because I just did, you know, flowers, and I'm going to add some green leaves and then start highlighting it with some colored pencil. So you guys get to decide what I do. But this is something I'm working on. I can always do dangle letters. Yeah, I think so too, Chatty Natty. Choose joy every day. I try, if I have an empty place in my book, to put something encouraging, or yeah. I wondered how long it'd take you to respond to that. Yeah, Allie, it says something. It's not barf on it. What is it? There's one page where you have to draw something ugly, and I think it does mention barf. But there's other pages where you have to choose stuff up and put it on the page. This one I have to punch. It's at the end of the last video where I go through and talk about what you have to do every day. Oh, I did this page, but I'm going to do it again and again. I did pretty good on this one, you guys. This one you had to close your eyes and connect the dots from memory. So I did it almost immediately, you know, kind of looked at the dots where they were and then closed my eyes. And look, I did good. I mean, I was just a little bit off over here. So I'm going to keep trying it over and over until I get it exactly right. I have not drawn Scooby-Doo yet, Teresa. Honestly, the last 2 weeks, Scooby-Doo is on the list, and they are going to get drawn. But the last 2 weeks have been like project filled and then company, and I haven't done anything since the company left as far as maintaining the house or anything. I pretty much just let it go. But when they left, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't. So, yeah. So you want to see me weave some of the journal. Okay, well, let me pick which page I want to weave. You guys can pick because I don't care. And I have some other, let me see, there might be a better weaving page because that one that I want to make into a journal page, we can use some of Courtney and Kayla's paper too. This one would be a good weaving page. Actually, this one wouldn't be bad at all. That one wouldn't be bad. Any of these would be great weaving pages. So this is paper towel that came out so pretty. And then this one, I don't want to weave this one because I like the ombre. So I don't know, one of these, which is going to be really funky colors. I think on this one, I would weave it into a, would I weave it into green? No, I might weave it into blue. Maybe want that royal blue, actually. Because all the colors would really go well with it. That and the purple look really pretty together. So, yeah, these my granddaughter did. She didn't take them home with her. This one's too light a weight paper to really weave. That one would make me crazy trying to weave. So that one I'm not going to do. But these two are on nice cardstock that I could weave really easily. This one would look good on with the turquoise. Oh, that one will be pretty. All right, I think we just came up with the color combination. It looks odd, but it will be really pretty. That's what we're doing. All right, so I will, let me think about this again, because I had learned my lesson the last time. I just have to think about it. And I'll use my journal as a measurement thing. Which one has an eye and nose like a lion? All right, this cover is about, okay, so I need to cut strips that way. All right, hopefully this will work. I'll cut them both the long way. Keep your fingers and eyeballs crossed. Will that make enough paper? Maybe not. I might have to do it this way. Yep, I'm going to have to cut the strips this way. The orange one that I said was on too lightweight a paper, there's a head of a lion in there. You're really losing your mind. Yeah, a blue and purple page. Yeah, well, we're going to do turquoise, and this is what we're going to do. I'm burning up again, so I got to take my jacket off. The sun is finally coming out. Thank goodness. It was so rainy this morning. All right, I will use my cutter to cut the strips and just hope that they come out good. I can't believe I'm going back into this weaving stuff again. Somebody examine my head. Okay? Okay. At least this way you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut them 1/4 inch strips. And I could do them bigger as well. You know, if I did them a little bit wider, it'd be a lot less labor intensive. I have to say that. Maybe that's what I should have done, is go for that extra 1/8 of an inch and save myself. I might end up making this and sending it to Courtney, because I told her, if you leave the papers here, I'll make you something out of it. So this will be good paper, though, because of all the different colors. Turn it the other way. Okay, hang on. I'll get it out here in a minute. Let me finish cutting this. Do you want me to send you that, Eileen? And you can, I actually do have another sheet that's been sitting here waiting to be sent to you forever. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. And some stuff, well, for when the kids were coming, I just had to pack stuff up and like put it somewhere, like my half-finished project pile, which I haven't gotten out either. So who knows what's in that pile? And I'm going to probably end up going to Michael's tomorrow, so if there's something I can't live without, you better speak up. And I could go to Books A Million tomorrow too, but I'm not buying that Flow book. Oh my gosh, I am not buying the Flow book. Hi, Jean. Did you have a good nap? Joycey needed you. She couldn't get her software, I guess, to recognize her camera. So I don't know how that worked out. I think she's going to try and stream later in the week. And they've got me weaving again, Jean. You just saw the tweets? Yeah, I feel sorry for Joycey because I don't know what to do to help her. I really don't. And I don't want her to think that I was stepping on her toes, but I'd said this morning I would stream if Joycey didn't. But when I came on and said I would stream, I didn't realize she was having trouble. So, and I ended up feeling bad. I'm not a fan of these cutters, in all honesty, but for something like this, this makes this really nice. Look at this piece. That one is so pretty. That's going to look good against the turquoise. I haven't decided if I'm doing Christmas cards this year. I probably will next week. I'll just make myself do it. Another thing I have to do is start some baking. I've got to make my brother's cookies. So pretty quick here, I'll have to start the baking. No, and then I just eat them. Between Christmas cookies and CB's Heath bars, I need to start doing some exercise is what I need to do. Oh, now I got one of those cuts really, really crooked. Doggone it. All right, I have to do a correction here. I don't know what I did. That one got really wonky. Today is the day to go. Well, you should have told me that yesterday so I could have gone with Ratatouille today. And tomorrow I'm just going with him to go with him because I feel bad. So he doesn't have a doctor's appointment until the following Monday, which means I will go that day. So I'm going to have to postpone my Monday stream that day because I will be going with him on that doctor's appointment. And I need to call the doctor's office this afternoon and get some Atra ordered. so I can go buy $3,000 worth of medicine. Now I'm just using the lines on this because there's no edge of the paper to help me anymore. I don't even know why I'm going to Michael's. I don't need anything. I need absolutely nothing. And actually, I think the last time I went in there, I didn't even buy anything. Oh, this is getting too little now. So this is the last one I can cut like that. I have to cut the others with a knife, I guess. If I need the paper, I may not even need it. All right. Now I'll cut. All right. About an inch from the top. I'll draw a line and only cut to that line. Tonight's Survivor. So I'll be watching with CB. Get the Jane Davenport diary? I don't think so. Pretty sure I won't do that. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the neck. Well, I guess I'll just do it like this. We'll see how this works. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know that I've ever done it like this before. My blade came out. Okay. Ah, this should work okay. Maybe if I did it the other way, I guess I'll do it the other way. Yeah, me too. Get the flow book? No, I'm not going to get the flow book. I am not getting the flow book. Alright, so let's see. The way I was doing it wasn't working good. I know that. Alright, maybe I'll do it. No, because I've got to come in like this. So 1, 2, 3. This will be at an inch. This isn't going to work either. Alright, I guess I'll just keep doing it the way I was doing it. And if I get some wonky measurements, I get some wonky measurements. That's all I can say about that. Let's see, that's it. 8, and let's see, we'll come in 1/4 of an inch here. Alright, this will be our correction piece, and I'll just start using the ruler over here. I'm going to try and be better about not ordering stuff that I'm not going to use, because I really have this irresistible urge to start getting rid of stuff. And crazily, okay, you'd think I'm like a watercolor person, because now the only other thing I want to order is another set of Prima watercolors. And I don't need them. I have plenty. I have plenty. This is working okay. You really think I should get the Jane Davenport diary? Oh my God, I don't need it. I know, Kimberly, I know. It's the tins. It's so the tins. But I will say I have used the watercolors since I got them. Get a guillotine cutter. I don't need any more cutters either. That's the crazy thing, you guys. I don't need anything. I really don't. What I need to do is spend some time shopping for some Secret Santa gifts. I do need to do that. And they're not people that I can get Mike's gift certificates or something like that. And they're boys. Some of them are boys. This one I'm going to cut a little bit more narrow and try and get my measurements back on track. And Jamie, my son, brought his drone down, and him and Robert played it over Thanksgiving. Robert loved that crazy thing. OMG. So now I want to get Robert a drone. I think he would just have a kick-ass time with a drone. But I don't even know how much they cost. The Jane Davenport watercolors are actually on sale already, about 50% off, and then you can take an extra 20. Oh, is that online? Well, I have all her watercolors. You know, the one thing I would do is if all of her stuff, well, I've said I'm not buying any more of her stuff. I still want those stupid markers. And so far I've done really, really good resisting because I think they're very pricey. I think they're very pricey. And I need another marker, like I need another hole in my head. And that's the truth right there. You'd think I don't have any markers. I just did a really crooked one again, so now I'm going to do the correction on it. Duh. One nice thing is in this weaving, you won't be able to tell it, I don't think. Because there's so much going on, you don't notice so much. I got too much crap over here, I know that. But honestly, I think, I was thinking last night, and this is going to be kind of my plan, I think. Because Ratatouille's just been doing this treatment so long, and, you know, it's hard for us to go anywhere because of the treatment and stuff like that. So I'm thinking I might, for us, for Christmas, not during Christmas, but either sometime in December or, yeah, it'll have to be in December. I'm going to get us a weekend over in Branson. And we'll go over and watch some shows and stuff like that. CB, you and your husband ought to drive up here and we can all go over to Branson together. It's not that long a drive. But that's what I'm thinking I might do for Robert and I for Christmas, is get us a weekend of shows. I'd like to go see Soji Tabuchi again. I ended up not getting the tickets for the show up in Miami. So I'll just go see him over in Branson. Okay. All right. Thanks, Teresa. I might go. I need this crap like I need all of that. All right. I'm getting over to the edge where it's getting very hard again. Maybe I could come around from the other side. I don't know. I might have to cut it by hand. If I can get within an inch, then the measurements here will work. So maybe I can get the measurements here to work now. Let's see where that one comes out. That will probably be all right. That's what we're going with. Luckily, it'll be on the edge. So it might end up getting cut off. Who knows? All right, paper, don't move. All right, I think that came out okay. Now we have like a hula skirt going on here. Go to France for the weekend? I don't think so, Kimberly. I wish we could do that. I would never get Robert on a plane to go to France. I can promise you that. Where online item markers on sale. All right, here we go. I'm going to, it works out better for me if I tape this down to the to my cutting board and cutting mat, and then I can kind of watch the lines behind and see how straight my my book is coming as I start working down it. So I'll just use some like Scotch tape to tape it down, because it all hinges on how straight your very first weave is, and then you can work all right, and all the stuff is all mixed up now, so we'll just grab one and start going for it. You know what? I'm going to cut. I shouldn't have been so persnickety, because I like having some on either edge to play with. So let's see. That's that way, right? Yeah. So the height of the book is only 6 3/4, so I could safely cut an inch off and have an inch to play with on either side. I'm going to do that. Just easier for me. So I have a 1/2 inch on either side. We'll see how pretty it's going to get. I bet it's nice, actually. And it's got a bunch of pissy peak on it, Eileen, but it's going to be pretty anyway. Now, another thing I could do, and I probably should think about this before I get too far into this, if I wanted to add some black or something like that, rather than keep this blue, the solid blue, that I could stamp something on it. See, like on this one, I did the little feet prints going diagonal. I did that before I wove this, so you can see the, you know, it's just another added element. I think I'm going to, right now before we start, I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this blue, just to break up the solid blueness of it. I think I'm going to stamp on it, that script stamp, that great big script stamp. just for some added extra element, and I think I'm going to do it in a navy blue. Or black. Maybe black. I think black. Because there isn't really any navy blue on this, so I think I'm going to do it in black. Alrighty then. And keep in mind it's going to be woven so it won't look so solid and complete when I'm done here. So I'm glad I thought to do that now rather than later. Alright. That bee's cool. Very, very cool. It's darker and lighter and it'll be all good. Coolio. I love me when I think ahead. Now here we go. And there's nothing that's saying all of these spaces or all of these strips of paper had to be, I'm sorry, you guys can't see, had to be a 1/4 inch. I could have done some an 1/8 of an inch, some of them wider, whatever. So yeah, I mean, do whatever you want. Oh, I like this bright pink against this blue. It's pretty. All right. So that one, using the cutting mat, that one, first one is really straight. Now everything after that is going to go smooth. And you lose some space each time. In between the pieces that you're weaving, but that's cool. You can still test it for straightness. So this is probably what I'll be doing tonight during Survivor CB. Unless I'm just too tired. The last few nights I've been so dang tired, I've just gone laid on the couch. Last night, in fact, I fell asleep after dinner, which is so not like me. But I think I'm catching up. We stayed up pretty night a few nights when the kids were here, so yeah. And then just take your time and snug it down. The more time you spend getting it started right, the better off you'll be in the end. And the paper that I'm weaving with, the magical paper, this is heavier stock than the blue is. So the blue is going to give to the heavier weight cardstock, and that's fine. It'll just feel more bumpy is all. And my lines, the strips are not the same width, but oh well. See, that first one started sliding out, so I got to go back and fix it. That's what's going to be the danger there because of the different weight of the stock. But I'll work with it. It'll be okay. I don't know what I want to do New Year's Eve either. Hi, Kia. Um, what's poor Jean? Oh, at least it was just water, Jean, and not something that is really going to trash out your life. I feel bad because my kitty got so upset when people were here that by the last day she had just had it and she started, I think she was just suffering anxiety and started throwing up. So I've had to take her food away and let her stomach settle down. She really hates any disruption in her perfect little life here. So I've had a time with the cat the last few days. But it's not her fault. I mean, she can't help it. She gets nervous, and what are you going to do? If it's like December 2nd, yes, this is Barb's Friday to stream. I think it was the first Friday in December. See, I like that one right there where the light blue has come through. That looks cool to me. Oops, sorry. You guys probably watched the news that NBC fired Matt Lauer. I can't believe that. I can't believe the crap that comes out in the news these days. And I don't even watch the news. Alright, now it's time to check. Yep, I'm still pretty much dead on for straightness. So far, so good. And I'm over an inch. So this is looking really pretty. Do some more cartoon drawings? Yeah. Do some papers and make a journal on New Year's Eve? Yeah, I think it's going to look really pretty too, Minky. Yeah, I am too. Yeah, that was kind of my feeling too, CB. I don't think I was surprised. I'm surprised that the network did it just because of the money he brings in. And I was watching something on the internet. I wasn't watching TV, but they were talking about the ratings for the Today Show, and they attribute it to Matt Lauer. We'll see what happens to the ratings without him and see if this is true. But literally, the amount of money that the Today Show brings in pays for every other news broadcast that NBC does. That's the amount of money the Today Show brings in. So I'm sure the decision was not made hastily. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never had a job in corporate America, and this is the honest to God truth, and I worked for some large companies, and I worked for some small companies. I never had a job where a boss did not make it known to me that if I wanted to fool around, he would. And I can say that. Other than at Affiliated Bank Shares, I worked for who used to be my dean at University of Boulder. Jim Quigley never ever made any kind of advance or anything like that. But every other job, and I worked for some pretty big corporate companies. Um, every other job I had, I knew that if I wanted to, yep, all I had to do was say the word. So on one hand, I'm not surprised at all this stuff that's coming out because I have experienced it firsthand. Um, they're all a bunch of horn dogs. That's pretty much my take on the whole situation. Now, I will also say in that same breath, I never felt threatened if I didn't. And I never did. I mean, I never did. But yeah, it's so prevalent in the workforce. If you've never worked for corporate America, you don't know what a bunch of horn dogs are out there. Now I'll wait for comments from the peanut gallery over here. But the thing was, like Minky's saying, gosh, um, the thing was, I never felt threatened. I never felt like if I didn't, my job was going to be threatened or anything like that. And I knew at one of the companies I worked for, well, two in fact, um, sleeping with the boss got in my head. I had a problem with that because I was not one of those women who would do that. I wasn't going to sleep with the boss to get ahead. Um, and if I'd have been single, who knows? Maybe, if they were cute or whatever, who knows? Maybe I just would have, but I never did. But yeah, at one of the companies I work for, it was common knowledge. I told you about one of them. President of the company married the receptionist. That happened. I can't make that crap up. But yeah, it was common. And I didn't talk to the other women in the office to see if they were getting hit on. I mean, I don't know. I was young. No threat, that's for darn sure. Um, I want this purple on this end, I think. Or do I want it? Ooh, either way it will be good. Okay, it's going this way. Um, so, yeah. And I'm not saying anything against these women who have come forward. Not at all. I think they each have their motivations for doing it. I would never have done anything to harm the men that made advances because I didn't feel threatened. And for whatever reason, they felt like it was appropriate to do that. Now, if I'd have felt threatened, who knows? Maybe the whole scenario would have been different. But I never went to human resources or whined about it. Just was like, nope, ain't doing that. Because I always was either married or had a boyfriend or, you know. But I think it's far more commonplace than you guys would ever imagine. And Robert says the same thing. Robert and I were talking about it the other night about he worked for before he started his own business. He started for a very, very large grocery chain. He said if you heard half of the stuff that went on there, you wouldn't even believe it. And that I believe for certain. So, I mean, I don't think it's just me that had that experience. I think it's universal, frankly. I really do. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that it's universal. I was just thinking about some of the things that the very first boss I had after I got out of college. Oh, he used to say they were funny. I mean, I laughed at him. But he used to say some crazy stuff that I'm sure today he'd end up in the tank, man. They would fry him for the crap that he used to say. But he'd say it in front of everybody, so it wasn't like he'd, get you off in the office and talk dirty to you or nothing. He was kind of out there, but he was funny. And everybody loved him. Maybe that's what's wrong with the world. You think? It did feel threatening when you were alone in a hotel. Well, okay, Monique, and I'm not blaming the women either. Quite frankly, I never would have found myself alone in a hotel room with any of them. I mean, if we've got business to discuss, we need to discuss it in an office environment. I ain't going into no hotel room with you. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like that's inviting trouble. And if you conduct your business out of a hotel room, I'm not sure I want to work with you. Pretty sure. No, this was all done in a work environment. Or, like sometimes if a group would go out for drinks after work or take a client to dinner or something like that. One of the instances did happen like that. We were together after hours, but it was because we were taking a client to dinner. And then he drove me back to my car. But simple no worked just fine. This is pretty. This is really pretty. It is really pink, Eileen, so I don't expect that you're going to love it. And you guys can't see where I stamped the stamp. It's just enough. It's not too much. I was just called Eileen Dover, and they said I leaned over and kissed my ass. Oh, you were the hotel cleaner. Oh, now that's a whole different deal. Yeah, now I would have gone to ER or something like that. But no, I never felt. This is one of those pieces that I cut crooked. It's a pretty piece, but I'm not going to use it. I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, the only thing I can say is probably the rule of thumb is it would probably be better for everybody if we all just treated each other with far more respect than we do. But I think too, work used to be such a fun environment. Now I'm afraid it would be like any sexual innuendo or anything like that would be, you'd be scared to death to share a joke with a coworker, and we used to do that all the time. I mean, and thought nothing of it. And maybe that's what led us to where we are today is they didn't know where to draw the line. I did. I knew where to draw the line. And I think my bosses did too. And I had some great bosses. I loved every one of them. I can't think of a one that I would badmouth today. I'll have to think back. But most of the time, I had awesome bosses. I had one. I loved him, and I'd known him for years and years and years because I was a client of the company before I became a employee. And the guy who ultimately became my boss used to call on me. I mean, he was like my rep's boss's boss. He was fairly high up the chain. And I always thought he was such a reserved gentleman. I mean, and he was. He was an absolute always around clients. He was the ultimate gentleman. And a very nice man. But after I went to work with him, I figured out he was a complete, total, he was a drunk. He came to work drunk in the morning, but he'd been with the company so long that I think everybody just kind of overlooked it, you know. And even the president of the company, you know, he acknowledged it. He knew it. They ended up sending him to treatment. But when they hired me, I got hired, and then the president of the company called me in and kind of explained to me as gently as he could that occasionally we have some issues with, and he said his name. He said, if you have concerns, problems, whatever, make a good judgment, do what you need to do. If you really feel like you need help, call me. So they pretty much just said, we know what's going on. Deal with it. Yeah. That's funny. Not a great idea in retro, but I just laughed at his attempts, made a joke out of it. So he didn't see CB. That's what I think women have been doing for 100 years. You know, um, that's a good way to look at it, Jean, is if they're not touching, you know, they're just talking inappropriately, that's one thing. It's when they start touching. And I will say I never was touched inappropriately. I really never was. Boys in the neighborhood maybe, but never a boss. But I could beat up all the boys in the neighborhood, and if I couldn't, my brothers could. So they pretty much left me alone too. But I heard some of the boys in the neighborhood touch the other girls inappropriately. You have to remember, I had 5 brothers. I was in no danger of anything bad ever happening to me because my brothers would kick some serious butt. Kick butt and take names. So anyway, that was a whole big old conversation based on Matt Lauer's firing, right? But I know we've all had our own experiences too, so that is so awesome. I'm so happy for Karen. I really am. Karen Moore, she's one of our fibs. She's been going to school, nursing school, and she just finished her last exam. What an accomplishment. I'm proud of you, Karen. Yay on you. And I think nursing is such an amazing profession. It's not a profession I could do because I'm a little queasy about touching people. Like my grandkids or something like that, I can hug and kiss on them and stuff like that. But to touch a stranger and do the intimate kind of things you have to do with a stranger, no, I could not be a nurse. So I have the absolute utmost respect for nurses and what they're able to do. Or even the nurses that Jim deals with at the infusion center. I tell you, it takes a special kind of nurse to work in an oncology environment because it's so completely intense there. Just the things people are dealing with. So I admire them a lot, and every one of them is such an absolute sweetheart. Robert loves them. Loves them. And no, I don't call Robert Jim. I do slip sometimes when I'm talking about him. But that's a good thing because I like them both a lot. And it wouldn't hurt Robert's feelings anyway. He's cool that way. He's cool every way. You're welcome, Karen. I'm proud of you for doing it. So now I hope you can go get a job and get a great big huge signing bonus. Because down here, that's what they're doing. Boy, nurses are getting some amazing signing bonuses and moving bonuses. And I was shocked talking to some of the nurses down in Oklahoma City. Some of them are traveling nurses. And one of them was driving to Oklahoma City from Wichita, which is probably about a 3-hour drive, would be my guess. Oh my God, the bonuses. They pay for her housing when she's in Oklahoma City, but the bonuses that girl was earning for driving, oh man. She was making some serious didge. I was like, dang, if I could do nursing stuff, I would do that in a minute. She was making some pretty good money. That's how short they are, nurses down here. Oh, you already have a job and you won't make any more money? Oh, man, go looking for a job. I'm kidding. If you love your job, stay where you're at. But I was shocked. Well, that's crazy that you're not going to make more money. You should be making more money if you got more education. That's my feeling. I'm just picking out pieces now based on what they go up against. I don't want like two of the dark reds together. I wish I had one with a little bit more blue in it. I'm going to do this one here. Yep, with the light next to the dark. God, I never want a job again. I just wouldn't want to put up with the people. I may not last very long at a job. I might be too damn grumpy now. You know, one thing, talking about my bosses makes me think. Many of them, of course, I didn't keep in touch with after I left whatever job I was at, right? I mean, after I left, I was done. But I think back now and figure out how old they would be at this point. I would really love to know either one, where they are, and some of them I know just based on their age, they have had to have passed. But some of them have got to still be alive. But my boss at Ross Martin, I would love to get in contact with Wally Andrews. I loved him. That was one boss I absolutely loved. I can say I loved Wally Andrews, and he was not the drunk. Good for her. Eileen said her niece went back. She was a nurse for many years and then went back and got her degree to be an anesthesiologist. They make some good money too. Jim and I had a good friend in Boulder who was an anesthesiologist, and he was cleaning up. And at least then you're not having to deal with the blood and the gore. I'm not a blood and gore person. I can promise you that. I don't even like cat puke. And that's what I'm dealing with now. Today she's been a lot better. The last 2 days she's been horrible. Well, 3. It started the day the kids were leaving. So that's how long it's been going on. Got up that morning to a pile of puke. All right, let's see where we're at. We're pretty right on for straightness, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm loving these colors. This one is really pretty, you guys. You know what I wish I had done, but I'm such a dope, so help me remember. I wish I had taken pictures. She likes to knock people out. I would too, Eileen. Teachers also had to get their degree in education if they only had teachers college, and same pay scale when done. Wow. That's funny, Karen. Nurses want to be anesthesiologists. I don't blame them. Yeah, that's the easy part, I think. But I mean, you're really holding people's lives in your hand, and I'm not sure I would dig that kind of stress. This one's going right down here. I'm going to try and I don't want that one right next to the, okay, this one's going, and then that one. I'm not real particular about what colors go next to others, but I try and keep it interesting. This was a great sheet to weave with. I will say that. The variation in colors is awesome. Do you guys want me to bring the camera down a little bit so you can see closer up what I'm doing, or is it fine the way it is? Yeah, I like this a lot. And you can't really tell the places where the pieces of paper aren't the same width. You can't hardly see that now, so that's cool. All right, we're doing this one next because it is a bright, bright one. I probably need to tomorrow. I'm glad I thought of this. Get a cookie tray or something to take into the nurses, because next Tuesday will be Robert's last treatment before Christmas, and I want to do something for the nurses. I think I'll do a cookie tray because their butts aren't big enough either. Well, no, I'm going to take it in. I'm going to say I could have it delivered, but I think I'd rather carry it in. Or let Ratatouille carry it in, so he gets credit for being a nice guy, even though I'm the nice guy. Save that one. That one's too close. I want something light in the middle. Light in the middle, light in the middle. Nope, that one's too close. That one's pretty. I will definitely be using that one here in a minute. This one's good. Okay, it's fine for you guys. It's fine for you. It's fine for me. I am trying to stay a little bit on screen. See, so what? It's just now 2 o'clock and I didn't come on until 12:30 or after and did all that other junk first. So this has not taken long. By tonight, I think I'll be able to paint it with some matte medium, and that's what'll happen next, is I will paint it with some matte medium to keep everything in place and let it act like a glue and its final finish. One thing I probably will end up having to do, and I hate to play magicals if Eileen's not here, because boy, do I get in trouble if I do that. I need to make a sheet for the inside cover. Let me show you. What did I do on this one? Yeah, on this one, I made a sheet for the inside. So I don't think any of the sheets that I have laying here will be good for the inside sheet. Plus, I like it to be like 20-pound paper rather than cardstock. So I'll have to do some magicals. And I honestly can't remember. I think I used like a cereal box weight cardboard to give it some substance. I'm almost sure I did. I don't even remember how I did it now. Maybe it's on one of those old videos. It's starting to feel really cool. That's how much we've got done now. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'll just have to stream so you can watch. Probably. You know, Galena, I like fussy stuff like that. So I don't think it's even a matter of patience. It's just something I I like tedious. I mean, if you can design forms for a living and measuring in points, you have to love tedium. I promise you. I like detail stuff. I really do, and I always have. Um, it's kind of like Jennifer McCracken doing those miniatures. Now that to me, that's got to take patience. That you would make 200 of the same of something in that tiny little miniature um, size. But I think if I ever got into it, I think it's something I would enjoy a lot because I don't see it as patience. I plus I like when the finished product is something that I like and I can be proud of. So that's another thing is I don't mind taking the time to get it right because it's my end product, right? Now I'm a little bit uncrooked here, so and I've kind of gotten off in the middle, so I got to try and yank it down. I'm not sure that I would call it patience. It's just something I enjoy. I enjoy this, and I love the finished product. So to me, it's not tedious. It's just taking the steps to do what you got to do. Oh, I like this one because it's light in color, but I'm going to put it next to a dark one. All right, this one I think I'm going to do this way. When you say me too, CB, are you saying that you like the tedious sort of? This is not tedious to me. I enjoy this. I could do this the rest of the day. Especially if I was listening to something in the background. That's why I can art on the couch. I can't just sit and watch TV. But if I was doing this, I could watch TV all day. I could binge watch something if there's something good to listen to in the background. But I guess my whole life, any project I was working on was always a long-term sort of thing. There was nothing ever fast about any of it. So you get used to waiting for that, I guess, satisfaction of a job well done. I guess is how I would put it. Because printing it's a long drawn out process. Nothing, rarely did a project get done in a day, ever. All right, halfway there, halfway there. All right, we're good there. Yeah, you like the detail and want to be proud when you're done? Me too. Ooh, this one's a nice light one. This one looks like it's cut like that. That's a weird, funky thing. We're going to use it anyway because I like the lightness of it. And I guess like drawing the dangles, Galena, that to me is just like drawing anything. I try not to get in a rush when I'm drawing anything because when you get in a rush is when you're willing to settle for something that maybe isn't correct, maybe doesn't look right, whatever. So Um, yeah, I just see it as a whole process. Just take your time, do it right. Um, and that's hard for young people, I think, sometimes to appreciate, that just take your time. We're not in a rush here. Yeah, this one's really being a pain in the arse. Arse, that's Canadian. Did you notice that, Jean? I'm speaking Canadian. Hopefully it'll settle back down when, yeah, this is, I think one of these strips up here is more narrow. I may not be able to use this wonky one. I may not. I am not sure that it's going to ever want to conform, but I like it there. We'll just keep going and see. I might have to tear it out. We shall see, we shall see. And this dark purple is going to look great next to the light. See how this one is really just wanting to be so wonky? I'm not sure that that's going to conform, even after I get some pressure on it from above. We'll do our best. You know what just sounded good to me? A hamburger. I'm not even a hamburger lover, really. Okay, that kind of straightened it out. Maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, I like that white one right in there. It's not really white. It's just lighter than the rest. It looks white on screen, though. Oh, wow, Monique, that's scary stuff. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't fall for it. I am skeptical of anything, and I don't answer unknown phone calls anymore, ever. So if you ever call my number and I don't have you in my contact list, leave a message because I don't answer the phone for anybody either. Unless, of course, I want to jack with one of those scammers. Because sometimes I like doing that. Remember how you used to get phone calls like selling you windows or siding or refrigeration repair, whatever. I used to jack with those people unmercifully. I swear to God, they'd call me and I'd be like, oh, you do refrigeration repair? That's what my husband does. I mean, I would just keep them going for like ever. Because I figure if I'm talking to them, same with the people who want to fix your computer. I usually say, can you hold on a minute? Because they want you to sit down next to your computer. Are you next to your computer? No, not right now. I'm not. Hang on just a second. I put the phone down and then pick it up in a few minutes and say, okay, now what? Type in D as in dog. Okay, I did that. Okay, what happened? Nothing. What'd you type in? I typed in D as in dog. Like I typed in the whole thing rather than just the letter D. I would jack with those people forever. Because I figured if I was keeping them busy, they weren't calling other people. I've had them cuss at me, but I just cuss right back. Doesn't bother me. Put them on hold. Now, sometimes, like if I recognize the number that's been calling frequently, a lot of times I'll answer the phone and never say anything. Just touch the answer button, but never say hello or anything, and just let them sit there and go, hello, hello, hello. But, these jerks seem to forget that this phone, um, is for my convenience. Robert and I used to go round and round about this. He'd get so upset with me because I wouldn't answer the phone. And my feeling was, you know what? The phone is for my convenience, not theirs. So if I'm not doing anything and I feel like answering the phone, great. But if I don't feel like answering the phone, who cares? It's for my convenience, not theirs. Now I think he's starting to see my own wisdom because now he's getting where he doesn't always answer his phone. Because I heard, unless you are in my contacts, no, you ain't talking to me. You told one guy to take you off the calling list and you told me he wouldn't. Well, yeah, because they're going to call back. No advantage to them. What I wonder what happened is, if you guys know, is remember they had the do not call list? What the hell? And if they called you and you were on the do not call list, they could get fined very heavily. Whatever happened to that? What happened to the do not call list? Because Robert would tell people, I'm on the do not call list. Don't call me back. Or I'll report you. I'm wondering if there even is a do not call list now. I kind of suspect there may not be. And they can just call anybody on their cell phones that we're paying for, okay? I pay for those cell phone minutes, even though I don't buy minutes, but yeah, like I pay for that. All right, I'm at 8 and about 3/4 inches in width, which I don't think, maybe it's going to be enough. Let's see. They have it, but the funding ran out. It never worked. You're probably right. It probably never did work, but all right. The width of this book that I created before was almost 8 3/4. So I got to do like 2 more stripes. You like the ones that say you ordered a medical alert and they want to make sure it works. I'll give you your medical alert. All right, we need a couple more strips and then we'll have enough. Ooh, this one's going to look pretty along an edge, so we're going to do this one. All right. Couple more and we're good to go. So this didn't take that long. And you got to listen to me gab about stuff nobody cares about. Matt Lauer and getting sexually harassed at work. No, I can't say that. I was never sexually harassed at work, ever. Just hit on. Actually, it made bosses easier to work with after they'd do that, because then it was like, yeah, you'd like to get some of this, wouldn't you, creep? I felt like I had an advantage then, That's what I was trying to tell my granddaughters when they were here. The worse you treat men, the better they like you. And I don't really believe that, but I want them to believe that. They're too young. They know too much at too young an age. I will say that for absolutely certain. I was shocked at some of our conversations. But I'm glad they're getting older and we can have conversations that are more learning experiences, is what I would say. Where I can impart my infinite wisdom on them. Because it was really fun, some of the conversations. Because they're getting into boys now. It was bound to happen. I liked when they were into color books and stuff, but now it's more boys. They're definitely talk about the boys a lot. And teenage boys, I'm going to tell you, quite frankly, sound like a bunch of jerks. Maybe boys were always jerks, but I hope my sons never behaved the way some of these boys do. I would have kicked their ass if they did. If I knew about it. All right, I think we may have enough material to work with now. Let's measure it and see. Yeah, I look them up on Google too, Eileen, and see where they're coming from. Yep. All right, now I'm 9 1/4. So I have a couple of, I can play with either one of these last strips. So, yep, I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and try and yank that down. I think I'll quickly take some Eileen's tacky glue and glue that last one down. To try and keep it right in place. And then I think for glue, all I'll end up doing is I do end up having to glue each of these edge pieces. I never check for straightness. I guess I better do that. Well, check that out, you guys. Can you see that? How straight that last one is? There's the mark over there. See it? Here's the mark over here. See it? Don't you guys just want to pat me on the back and hug and kiss on me? Yes, indeedy. I wish I had some smoother glue. This stuff is so thick, it drives me crazy. I'm going to get the more fluid glue. Where's the thing at Elmer's around here? Where's the Elmer's when you need it? I think it's over. Hang on, I know where it is. I have to keep the Elmer's in a different spot so that Ratatouille won't get in my glue stash. He can only have Elmer's. He can't have Eileen's tacky. I'm so full of crap. I'll move up so you can see what I'm doing. And I might get glue on my cutting mat, and I don't care because it's washable. Sometimes I have to put it in hot soapy water and just scrub the hell out of it. I'm getting to be a pro. Next one will be 15 minutes. You think, Teresa? If that's the case, I'll make one for everybody. No, it's actually the building after this that kind of takes up your time. But I have to say, this one did happen, I think, quicker than the first view I made. I will say that for sure. Now it's not going anywhere. All right, that one has glue on it. This one is really pretty. I will say that. I will have to remember to take a photo of it. It annoys me that I didn't take a photo of the others. So there we go. I guess I'll run down the edge real quick and glue this. And then if you want, I can paint it with matte medium and let it set up to dry. And move on to bigger and better things. What time is it? 2:30. Ratatouille should be getting out of his treatment right about now. I think they were just doing the arsenic today. I don't think he had to do the other infusion. So he'll be home in about an hour. And then tomorrow I'm going with him. Just to be a nice person. I'm not very nice very often, but tomorrow I'm going to be a nice person. Oh, that's a good idea, Teresa. Duh, why didn't I think about that? You are a brilliant woman, I swear to God. Even though it's pissy pink, you like it? It is pretty. Pink and purple and red and blue. It's just very bright and colorful and very pretty. And I kind of think, I think I probably will make this into a journal cover. Maybe not one like this with the spine. I might just do a fold down the center and do it like a, or maybe I'll just put one, well, I don't know. I don't know if Courtney would reuse it, but I think I'm going to send it to her since it was her paper. I think she'd enjoy that. I'll put her Christmas check in it. Because I don't buy my kids gifts. They get money all the time. And I try and convince them to put it in the bank. Don't spend it. Put it in the bank. And I think their parents are real good about encouraging that as well. They get plenty of junk. Believe those kids don't need anything. I think Jamie and Lori buy them pretty much everything they need and want. So it's crazy for me to try and keep up with sizes and what they would like. Yeah, stupid to even think I could do that. So you're welcome, Teresa. We're going to have leftovers one more day, and then after today, it all goes in the garbage. There isn't much left, frankly. I've got some little bit of pulled pork left. The turkey I froze. And the meatloaf's been gone forever, so. All right, so edge to edge this way, I've got 7.5 about, and I think I only need 6 3/4. Yep. So I can either make the book a little taller or cut off whichever edge doesn't look as good. All right, I did this edge, I did this edge, that edge. Now all that's left is do the underneath side, and it is ready. It's even pretty on the back side. Right in there, that looks real coral colored, and it's really not. It's bright pink. But I wish it was that coral color because that's on the screen. That's pretty. So that's what it looks like up close. But I like the little bits of dark, like up here, down here, here and there. I really like that. But it turned out really pretty. And what you guys are seeing as red, say right in here, that is more of a magenta color than red. And I'm glad I stamped it before I wove it. And on this one, I might ink the edges, make it look a little distressed, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and glue the back side here. Well, you know what? I don't even think I need to. Well, I will. Because I don't know where my cuts, I don't know where I'm going to make my cuts. You know what? I'm going to wait until after I make the cuts because I may end up cutting it off, so I'm just wasting time. But I ended up with extra slats. I wonder what a book with all the leftovers would look like, if it would just look like a big fat freaking mess. Maybe if I did it against a black border. And I still have a bunch of these from the other books that I just put away. Just do a book of scraps, you know, like the coat of many colors. Yeah. Maybe I'll just try it for the hell of it, because I can. Yeah, I like the stamping detail too. Thanks, Button. Teresa, Judy, CB. We are lucky our city gave out metal signs to hang on our front door. No solicitation board of the police department. See, I'm not sure I'd like that hanging on my door, but yeah, I'm glad they do that for you because I don't know, would you get a lot of door-to-door solicitation? We get none out here because we're out in the middle of nowhere, honestly. And who would drive out here? But we have had Jehovah's Witness. Thanks, Jean. Try doing the black with all the different colors. You want me to try it right now? Yeah, we've had Jehovah's Witness out here. And that was annoying as hell because it was during the summertime when a lot of us were outside. So you can't get away from them, you know? I'll let you guys see the finished product when it's done. I'm going to go get a black sheet and see if I can dig up those remnants pretty quick and see if it looks worth a darn. Oops. Boy, these are crazy colors in here. This is just a bag of all the remnant stuff. Yeah, this is some crazy stuff going on here. Some of it was really pretty. Like, look at that. I'd forgotten how pretty that was. Well, all we can do is try it, so what the heck. If it doesn't work, then probably this whole mess, the whole pile of crap needs to go in the garbage. Right? Right. And I'm glad I did a 1/4 inch, so they're all consistent. Yeah, I never have solicitors come to my door, ever. Now, a couple of times in the summer, I shouldn't say that. I've had guys come by who want to seal my driveway or something like that, but it's like, get lost. I'll hire a real company, especially if I'm going to spend that kind of money, right? Which it needs to be done. But yeah, I'll call somebody and hire them. Or we've got leftover tar. We can do this or do that. It's like, don't bother. Giving myself, this time I'm only going to leave 3/4 inch margin because it's harder on that other end if I don't have adequate space, right? All right, let's see how we're going to go. All right, this should be an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet, correct? Oh, Michaels, I hate you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, never mind. I'm a big fat liar. All right, it's only a 16th off, not a whole quarter or more. All right, I'll do that then. I wonder too. All right, let me think about this. I wonder if it would be fun to change up the width, rather than everything being so square, if I changed up some of the strip sizes and like every whatever, do an 1/8 of an inch rather than a 1/4 inch. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? With all the randomness, that might be kind of fun. I'm going to try it. What the hell? If it doesn't work, shoot me. Shoot me dead. All right, I'm doing it. That one is like an 1/8 of an inch. Look at that. That's going to be a little skinny stripe. Of course, they're going to be more bendable too. That's maybe not a good thing. I won't do a lot of them, just a few. Now remembering the measurement's going to be a pain in the butt because it's not every 1/4 inch. It's going to have some random. Oh well. I don't think I want to do larger than a 1/4, however, especially on this black. All right, there's another 1/8 of an inch one. I can't get you guys in the whole picture, so just bear with me for a minute. Un momento, por favor. Oops, that one didn't get cut through. Now I've got a 1/16 of an inch crazy thing. All right, we're just going to trash it into the next one. Who had told me to watch Stranger Things? Anybody here? On Netflix? Because I watched it over the weekend after the kids left. And I have to say, that was one of the weirdest shows ever. It reminded me a lot of E.T. You know, phone home. It was a show called Stranger Things on Netflix. I think it was a Netflix original series, and it was 2 seasons. And I don't, it was somebody, it seemed like when we were talking about things to binge watch, because I can't imagine it was something I would pick out by myself, but who knows, maybe I did. Anyway, it was called Stranger Things. And it was great nap material, I will say that. I mean, I took some awesome naps while it was playing. But that was one really weird, strange show. Okay, it's set during the E.T. film era, so it's meant to feel that way. Well, it sure did. But what I was going to say, I don't think Jennifer or Cindy, either one are here. Maybe they'll watch the recording. But in that series, it's about kids, okay? And one of the girls is a high school girl. And she was carrying around Peaches. And it was just like, what the heck? Are Peaches making a comeback? Because, yeah, the girl was carrying Peaches. The old yellow and brown kind, you know? Hang on, trying to get my measurement right. But, yeah, that was one strange show. It was kind of a feel-good show at the end of the day. And how the kids solved their own problems, and I don't know, it was just a really different thing. I'm not sure I would recommend it, but I sure took some good naps to it, I will say that. My blade is getting really dull. The edges of these papers are getting really gnarly. I have new blades. I'm just too damn lazy to go get them. Ah. Alright, I can come at it from this edge now and hopefully get it finished. Alright, one more. And we will call it done. And start cutting away. Or weaving away. I don't know how straight they are, but there's a black hula dress. Ouch. Yeah, I would like to find something that really made me want to watch. I'm not yeah, I don't have anything right now that is real watch worthy. I will say that. Oh, I do too, Jean. Yeah. I'll cry probably more readily over a TV show than I do real life. I'm not kidding. I guess it's about time to watch E.T. again. That is one show I really, really did love. E.T. Phone Home. Alright. I'm not sure about using these pieces. I've got red and blue. Oh my gosh, I've got every color here. I guess just pull them all out and go for it, eh? Little bit of everything going on right here, right now. You cried during Little House on the Prairie. I probably would do that, Jean. Don't feel bad. Now here's an 1/8 of an inch going this way. We might just have to use that bad boy too. These colors, I don't know how they're going to work together, so let's just go for it. I'll start with like orange on the end, black and orange. Go Tigers. That was my high school football colors, black and orange. You're still binge watching 24? Maybe that's what I should do, is just watch something that I know I've enjoyed again. And it's been years since I watched 24, since Marin was here, so, and that's been a lot of years. She's what, 20? Oh my gosh, that's been a long, long time. It was right after Jack Naylor died, so probably 2004. 13 years? That's probably it. Oh my gosh, that orange against that black is so pretty, you guys. I wish you could see colors accurately on this piece of crap camera. Because the closer I get, the more washed out it gets. Doggone it. That is so pretty. Oh, I'd like a whole book like that. Pretty, pretty. Alright, now I will... I've got quite a bit of that orange, so... I'm going to do pink next to the orange. And trying to move into colors like that. I don't know how this is going to work. We'll just find out, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see how it works out. Worst thing is, it's butt ugly. I still think my favorite journal covers are the ones with the squares, where we put the circles on top of them. I mean, I like these, but I think those are my favorite. We had some really pretty magical papers to use on those. This is going to work. The pink and the orange next to each other look pretty. I know Eileen is sitting there probably having to wipe her tears, whatever, but it does look good. I don't know about those 1/8 inch pieces. We'll see how they go. I don't know. Stargate. It seems to me... Oh, Gene, I've watched that, and I don't even like Jane Fonda, but yeah, I've watched Frankie and Grace. Yeah, I love them. Smoking pot on the beach. Yeah, I love that show. I wonder if I should put green next to the pink. I'm not sure how some of these colors are going to work, you guys. Just not sure at all. I'm wondering if I should stick to the orange and the pink. Because the green right there, I don't see that as working well. I really don't. I really, really don't. Or maybe it's the color of the green. Maybe if I had a brighter green. Now that might work a little better. All right, we're going to try it. I can always pull it out, right? Yeah, I watched Frankie and Grace about the husbands who turn out gay. But yeah, I'm not a huge Jane Fonda fan. I don't like what she did to our prisoners of war in Vietnam. I've never forgiven her that. And that's one thing about me. Of course, you guys are never going to piss me off. But I have a memory like a flippin' elephant when it comes to being a traitor. Now see, this is when I wasn't cutting the pieces long enough, and that's why I have so many left. And it makes it really hard to work with when I don't have the edges sticking out over the side. That's when I started cutting them the long way. Makes it a lot easier. This might turn out okay, you guys. Look, Teresa just said, no green! Today is Survivor Day, not the silly Survivor, but the good designated Survivor. I'm going to have to watch that, you guys. I don't even know what designated Survivor is. Yes, Jean, I would have to agree with you there. That she does play a perfect straight guy to Lily Tomlin's crazy. You're right there. All right, it's not too late to yank that out, so I'm going to hold this up and see that you guys determine if you want the green in there or not. I think if there was green spread out throughout it, it wouldn't be horrible. But the orange and pink, I don't have enough, though, to do the whole thing is the problem. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will take the green out and just try and stick with the orange and pinks. Because those first two really are pretty. Okay, is it on like real TV? Is it on like NBC, CBS? You like Designated Survivor? Okay. I'm going to take this green out, and we're going to try and keep it girl colors. And if you don't know what girl colors are, you're going to have to talk to my oldest grandson. There's girl colors and there's boy colors. And you have to stick to the rules. I don't know how he came up with that idea, but he definitely had the idea. That there are girl colors and boy colors. I took the green out. This is going to be really pretty though, I think. Maybe I use like a dark green to do the greens and the blues in that width. Oh, this one's really short. Oh, bad news bears. Yeah, that one's really short. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut a 1/4 inch off. That one's going to be okay. Never mind. I'm a dope on a rope. Back of the boat. All right, because it's 6 3/4. I've got 8 1/2. So if I do that, if I take off an inch, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, never mind, you guys. There. Now it'll be long enough. Leave the green. Oh, I took it out. It's Real TV, ABC. Okay, I'll put it on to. Is there somewhere where I can record the previous ones, or is it like a series where if I try and come in the middle, I'm screwed? I took the green out, you guys. Sorry. I didn't like it that much, so leave the green. Too late. But yeah, can I see the previous shows? I hate to come in on a show in the middle. Or is every week a new thing that it doesn't matter if you've seen the one before? I've heard you guys talk about it before. I've just never seen it. And I like the oddball 1/8 inch strips here and there. I like Kiefer Sutherland. On demand, you can get the old ones. Okay. I want to start with the last season. Okay, so now I know what I got to do. Alrighty then. And I don't like shows where you have to pay real close attention and be watching the screen. That's why I can't watch shows with subtitles. Like if they're speaking Spanish and you have to be reading the screen, I'll miss the whole show. Because I'm not good at watching the screen. I mean, I look up, I know who people are talking and I learn their voices and stuff, but yeah, that's bad for me. Very bad. This one's got blue in it. All right, we're just going to go for it and see. This one actually looks a lot like the one I did for Dee Dee, frankly, so far. Unless I start adding purple and blue and green to it, it will look pretty much like the one I did for Dee Dee. Or the one I did and gave to Dee Dee. I didn't originally make it for Dee Dee. Oh, I like that one now with, oh, sorry, I didn't know I was off screen, you guys. With just a little bit of blue hitting in here now. I like that. This may not be a totally bad idea. Does it look funny where I've done the 1/8 inch and it's not evenly spaced? Does that look weird to you guys? Blind spot. Blind spot. I'll write that down. It seems like I've seen that or heard of it. Blind spot. Okay, I wrote it down. And I wrote down designated survivor, ABC. All right. Another thing, I don't like to watch TV on regular TV. The only TV that I watch regular TV real time is Survivor. Um, because I hate the commercials. Yeah. So, yeah, some of these other funky ones, like this one, that one's just too dull to go in there. It just won't look good. I know that. I like the tiny bits too. So some of these I'm just going to set aside and maybe do on a different color. That one's going to go in there because it's got the light. Yeah, I think the ones with the cooler colors, I'll do one hot color and one cool color one. So I'm at least using up some of this stuff. Because my gut feeling was, if this stays around here too much longer, it's going in the garbage. I know me. Going in the garbage. And that one over there is real wide compared to the ones next to it, but that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, so the lead in Blind Spot must be somebody covered with tattoos. My son just came home with a tattoo, and my husband honestly would have had a fit and fallen through it if Jamie had ever come home with a tattoo. Um, but he got a tattoo of his dad's and his brother's initials that we lost. We lost, two of the boys died, and then Jim. So he had their initials tattooed. So when he took a picture of it and texted it to me, oh, I don't know, a few weeks ago when he got it. And I had a little bit mixed emotions about it. Originally, I loved it because it was so meaningful, and it had David and Cokie and Jim's initials, and a deer head and a trout. And it is a nice tattoo. And it made me really wonder. I wonder what Jim would think of the tattoo because it's his initials, and it's a memorial to his brothers and his dad. And it's very well done. I have to say, whoever did that artwork did a gorgeous job. But I'm not a fan of tattoos, so I didn't have a problem telling Jamie that, that I'm not a fan of tattoos. And he said, well, I'm not either, but I don't think Dad would mind this one, And I kind of agree with him. I think Jim would have probably not minded that, but yeah. Yeah, actually, Teresa, on the ones I've been watching when they take the commercials out, the shows are actually like 42 minutes. That's how much time you spend watching commercials. This one's really pretty. Actually, you guys, this is turning out really pretty with the orange and the pink and that occasional little bit of blue. And I don't mind tattoos on other people. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. And I also know, too, that the very best that a tattoo can look is the day you get it. And I know what my skin has done since I've gotten older. So I wonder what all these young people now that are getting tattoos, when they get my age, they're going to look like hell. I'm just saying. Because my skin, and I'm not that old, it pretty much looks like hell. Just saying. So I wonder that, But But if you've got tattoos, don't email me. It's all good. It's your life, your bills, your money. You get to do what you want to do. I'm just not a person. I do have piercing, like my ears pierced, but no other body piercings. Ooh, that's a light one. I want that one down here somewhere. We're going to do another real dark one. I know, Jane, isn't that funny? You can't hardly stand paint on you. I'd be the same way. No, I never make determinations for other people, and I try not to judge people for the choices that they make. Everybody gets to do their deal. But my boys did know. If you come home with a hole punched in your ear or a tattoo, that better be the day that you are ready to move out of the house, because Jim really would not tolerate that. You are not going to mutilate your body. And I know now it's just a way to express yourself, whatever. It just would not have gone over well. In Jim Young's household. But he's an adult now. He can do what he wants. And I do not judge him at all. He gets to raise his kids. He gets to do whatever he wants to do. Because he never asked me to pay his bills, which is a good thing. Here I'm going to have purple and orange next to each other. I think I'm going to wait and do a softer pink one in between there. Yeah, I think I will. Because that's just not going to look good. A lot of things, though, too, I'm just sitting here thinking, are generational. Like things that you would never have done in my generation are just pretty much taken for granted now. Especially I think about it because of my granddaughters and the conversations that we had. Oh my gosh, they are so much more advanced. Well, they just know so much more. They've been exposed to more than I ever was. As a youngster, I'm not kidding, I must have been the most sheltered child alive, even with 5 brothers, because I didn't know half the crap these girls are dealing with. I mean, now look on this one, I don't know why, but this looks really crooked. According to this, I'm not crooked at all. When I look down here, this looks really crooked. Huh, that is weird. Yeah, exactly, G. Me too. Well, and I remember working with the guy at ARCO, Atlantic Richfield Company, um, which was a very, very conservative environment to work in. One of the guys that I worked with, well, I did a special project with him. I didn't work with him all the time. We were working on a weekend, and we had become pretty good friends, and he had taken off his suit jacket, and we were working on the weekend. He had a suit jacket on. That's how conservative Atlantic Richfield Company was. In case management was in the building, he had a suit coat on, and I probably had a dress on. Anyway, he took his suit coat off and rolled up his sleeves, and he had a tattoo of a hula girl on his forearm. And he said of all the things he'd ever done in life, that was the one thing he regretted the most, because he never imagined that he would be working at an organization like Atlantic Richfield, where it was just so not accepted. But he had gotten it in the Navy, and I don't think he necessarily was judged harshly for it. Of course, he never wore shirt sleeves. That's why I had never seen his tattoo, because he never, ever wore shirt sleeves where anybody could see. the tattoo. And that was the environment we lived in. I mean, people did judge you for that sort of stuff. But one thing I would say to young people today is, if you pierce yourself, your face, if you make yourself so unusual with your piercings and your tattoos and stuff like that, you cannot turn around on the other hand and complain that you can't get a job in corporate America, because I don't give a rat's butt who you are. If I'm doing the hiring and I'm going to want you to go out and represent me, I'm going to hire somebody who probably does not have facial piercings. I'm just saying, I probably am going to do that. Because the reason is, I don't know what the person on the other side of the table, because I'm selling something, right? I mean, I'm making an impression on the public. I have no idea what the person on the other side of the table, what their attitudes are. So I'm going to try and be as mainstream as I can. And believe me, when I worked corporate America, I dressed the part, I looked the part, I anticipated what those people were going to want from me, and I conformed. And that's the one free piece of advice I could give you is, don't go and do that and then turn around and complain that corporate America judges you harshly. Sorry. Natalie, isn't that the truth? That you've met people who also wish they hadn't done it. Yep. Of course, now I guess you can just go get tattoo removal. I wouldn't want to go to the expense. If I was going to spend that kind of money, I'd get an eye lift. That's what I'd do. But I'm not the kind of person who would ever spend money on plastic surgery, I promise you. Unless it was necessary. But I think if you have the money and that's what you want to do, get after it. I'm just not that vain yet. Did you notice I said yet? Who knows what tomorrow holds? I like having my money in the bank. Actually, this is not looking horrible, you guys. It's really not. But I don't think it would be as pretty if I'd have put the green and stuff in there. When I hold it up, it flashes out where you guys can't see it. But I kind of like where you have a bright, bold color in here, and then next to it, you've got a real soft pink. It's definitely unusual. Not like the ones I've done in the past, for sure. But not horrible either. I wish I had. I do have somewhere. Just got to find it. That one's got too much blue on it for this point. I'm going to try and do a real, yeah, that's the one I'm going to do. And this one is cut crooked, so I'm going to have to just make up for it. But I want to use it, so, oh well. I'm liking it so far. Dan Reedley has ugly yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't understand people, but you know what? I don't pay their bills. They don't pay my bills, so go live your life and be happy. That would be how I'd have to look at that. I don't pay your bills, and you don't pay mine. But if I start paying your bills, that's why Jim and I felt like we could pretty much say anything we wanted to the kids and put standards on them that they don't have to live up to now, because we were paying the bills. Yeah, that paper was cut real crooked, so I'm going to have to just make up for it. Remember that, and make up for it down the line. It doesn't look so bad looking at that. so funny, Eileen. That one will look good with the blues and the greens. Blues and greens. I don't know if I have enough paper to do a blue-green one, though. But the thing is, here's a white one. I'm going to go ahead and put it next to a real bold one. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, I can always make more. I have more magicals. I can always make more. This one, it looks white, but it's not. It's got a little bit of design on it here and there. It obviously was an end piece where it didn't get a lot of the color, but that's okay. That sun coming in the window is making me warm. And I could use some coffee. Where's the coffee delivery person when you need one? The thinner the stripe, the harder it is to work with. I will say that. Now is where you can see that crookedness kind of working out over here. Yeah, I could, Jean. That's actually a pretty good idea. And I still have some of the cutoffs from the ends of some of the journals. After I said that I wish I'd taken a photo, I do have some of the end pieces, so I know what they were like. Because I thought, well, I don't know what I could end up doing with them. But yeah, I do actually have some of the end pieces on off of them. That white one right in the middle is kind of pretty. Very different here, very different. All right, probably time for a really bright orange one again. What do you say? Why not? Well, this is not exactly what I had planned for today, but I guess it's as good as anything, huh? At least I got my package for Ange all ready to go. And for those of you, I don't know if any of you are still here, that we were talking about the postage for that yesterday. I know that when I hosted the swaps, the regular envelope, you know, I don't know, 6x9 maybe, was about $2.74. So I just went ahead when I mailed mine on the return envelope. I put $3.50 on it to make sure that it was probably adequate or more than adequate. And then I went ahead and put just a little extra money for postage inside. So if she gets caught up short, I've at least covered mine. And if she doesn't need it, well, there you go. She just, well, maybe it'll help cover somebody else, or she'll come out a little bit money ahead. So I didn't put a lot of money in, just $5. So, but it's more than enough to pay postage for mine and one other person. So that's how I handled that. I don't want her to come up short because I know it's not easy for her to do this, you know. So I don't feel like she should have to subsidize me. So tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Post office and shopping in Joplin. Really different, isn't it? This is way different than the other ones I've done, but it's not horrible. These ones with the green and the brown and I don't know what. I remember I liked that paper, but that's going in with the blue and green. Blue, green, orange. Eileen's tropical colors. Here's another light orange. Okay, yeah, I'm going to put a light orange in here next. I wish I had some with more of that deep purple, but I'm almost out of that. So if I have any, I'm going to try and use it a little bit sparingly and spread it out over the whole cover. This orange one I'm doing now is like the color of a creamsicle, and it's making me want a creamsicle. I love creamsicles. I like any junk food, I swear. But right now, CB's got me on a Heath Bar kick. Come on, give me one more dark. Oh, there's one with dark purple on it. So I'll save that and put it down here somewhere so it's kind of spread out throughout, because I think that's about the only dark purple I've got left. And then I've got some dark orange and some medium. So I think we got enough to get her done. I'm separating out some of these, see if I can find some pretty ones. I got light purple, but I think I'm going to want that in those. All right, I guess you can order online, and oh my God. Don't be telling me that, CB. I don't need to know. Hi, Jennifer. When I cry, it ain't pretty. Y'all are just so helpful. I almost cried and thought you had streamed without me. Well, we did start streaming without you, but you caught up with us. Here's one. Here's a little bit of blue. I think I'm going to add the blue in, because I've got a little bit of blue hit back here and a little bit here. I think I'm going to add the blue in here. All right, we're going for it. This is a journal cover with nothing but scraps, Jennifer. Using up some of the scrap stuff that I've saved around here. And it's actually turning out better than I probably thought it would, in all honesty. And now I'm kind of happy that I didn't throw that stuff away. But I could always make more. In fact, I'm sure I will, because Eileen will still make me do magicals when I stream. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that blue stuck in there here and there. Having that little oddball color here and there, I think, is actually kind of pulling it all together. Let's see where we're at for straightness. We're almost straight. Let's pull this down and we'll see. Even with that crooked one, I'm still pretty straight, so I'm good. Do a pink one, a light pink one. I'm good, Jennifer. I try and always be good. It'll be an unusual day if I'm not. I also wish I'd written down who won these. I don't even know where I sent them all, you guys. So I don't even know who has one or who doesn't have one. I know Eileen has one. I know Dee Dee has one. I know CB has one. And that may be the extent of who I know has one. Because I know I did giveaways. I think, Natalie, you got one, didn't you? Because I know I've sent you something, but I don't remember what. Gosh, it sucks getting old, you guys. Can't remember squat. I can't. I guess I could go back. I don't want to have to go back and watch my own videos, though, to find out. Because this one now I might save up and give away on New Year's Eve streamathon. I know you have one. And Cindy Lou Who's here too. Cindy and Jennifer must have come in together. Alright, I'm going to put some of this darker orange back in. This is a wild, crazy color one for sure. It's pretty though. I'm going to have to start watching, see what time Ratatouille will be blowing in. I don't know. He had some stuff he had to do over at Donnie Smith's today, but I don't know if he got it done before he went for treatment, but he should be coming home here pretty quick. Any time. Judy needs one. Okay, Dorothy won one. Sassy Pants needs one. Oh my gosh. There's still a lot to make, right? Oh my god, Teresa didn't get one. Jean, oh my god. Judy needs one. It looks like a lot of people need one. For real. I might be sitting here weaving paper the rest of my life. Let's see. I think I want pink next to this now. I'm going to have to start being a little bit careful with my papers because I'm running out of certain colors. So I'll put one of those soft orange ones after this one. Well, you know what we should do? I think I just came up with a brilliant brainstorm. Eileen had suggested that I make a journal on New Year's Eve streamathon because I still want to do that scavenger hunt, and I know Ange does too. Kind of that, like that thing Jonna did. So maybe I should, if I make a couple of these ahead and then I do something, you know, a journal cover of some kind, for the New Year's Eve streamathon, and part of that we can do making up the contents of what we've got to do, because working in this Wreck This journal has made me think of some fun things, you know. you have some little 7 gypsy books you could make a cover for and not worry about inserts to save on shipping to Mars. Okay, Jean, message me the size of the 7 Gypsies books so I make the cover adequate size. You know, or make it so they fit. I'm not sure the drone would go all the way to Kentucky, Cat. However, I should put the pictures that Jamie and Ratatouille took while they were here for the weekend, because they took pictures above my house where you can see the lake and everything around my house. They took some awesome pictures on that drone of the lake, and they're actually on my computer. I probably could load them up to YouTube really easy. I hadn't even thought of that. Maybe I'll do that. Try to load those up to YouTube so you can see the pictures from the drone around Grand Lake. They came out awesome. And I don't know what Robert would go up and take pictures of, why he even thinks he needs a drone, but if he thinks he needs a drone, he must need a drone. All right, where are we at? Okay, we're still pretty straight, so that's good. You are a needy bunch, Judy. So maybe that's what we'll do New Year's, is I'll build a journal, and then everybody can build their journal with me. And we'll come up with the list, or I'll have started a list already, but we'll come up with a list for the scavenger hunt, because I was going to do that after the first of the year anyway. And Ange is really excited about it. She's really wanting to do it. So, but it was so much fun. And I've had fun gluing stuff in the Wreck This Journal book. So, yeah. And it's only a month away. So it's time to start planning, man. Jennifer, did you get your ATCs into Ange? Oh, you're not playing this time, are you? You felt like you had too much to do. Mine are going out tomorrow. I'm excited to get all the Christmas ones back. Now, for somebody who's bah humbug like me, can you believe you heard me say that? All right, we're going to put a soft pink in next to that one, I think. Yeah, I think I will do that so that there's nothing competing with that dark purple there. And when John and Darcy did that, I think they made those journals exactly the Traveler's Notebook size. I'm actually liking very much working in the Wreck This Journal size, which is a little bit wider and not as tall. So I don't know. I mean, you can do it in whatever journal you want, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't make a journal cover a little bit different size, because the size of the Wreck This Journal book, I'm going to get it out and measure it real quick. This is a great size. Okay, it's wanting me to stop the recording, so hang on. Don't go anywhere. So if you watch this on YouTube, thanks so much. Sorry there wasn't more to learn today, but we're just doing what we're doing. See you next time.